It's Alabama's sixth largest city and often ranked among the safest places to live in the whole country.
Well, now Hoover is under new but familiar leadership with goals of revitalization while maintaining its reputation for Southern suburban charm. Here's more of my one-on-one interview with Mayor Nick Dursis.
Today marks the close of a remarkable law enforcement career and your final shift as Hoover's police chief. We wish you the very best in your next chapter as you continue your legacy of service to our community as the next mayor of the city of Hoover.
The end of a career in law enforcement marks the beginning of a career in politics for former Hoover Police Chief Nick Dursis.
I will now be in service as mayor of the city of Hoover. I'm going 10-8 as you go on.
After an emotional final sign-off, as of November 3rd, the Eagle has landed in a brand new office at City Hall. From top cop to chief executive, tasked with bringing the change Hoover residents voted for in August. I know that one of the things I've often seen is that Hoover consistently ranks among one of the most livable cities in Alabama, let alone the country, in terms of people moving here and being satisfied with the quality of life. And as mayor, how do you plan, to maintain that image as well as try and build on that?
Well, I think as a 20-year police chief, we had something to do with that, because I think when people move to communities, they're really looking for two things. Looking for good education for their children, and they want to live in a safe community.
And over the course of more than 4 decades, he's seen Hoover go from sleepy bedroom community to sprawling suburb.
Back when I first started, like even the police department, like 17, 18 police officers, now we're at 194, so just the growth there. The growth of now 50 square miles when I tell people, drive from the Legacy at Greystone and go to Ross Bridge real quick and see how long it takes you. So, it's just been, the growth that we've experienced has been fantastic.
But with growth comes growing pains.
Growth is good, but it's got to be good, sustainable growth. Just because you can build another 100 houses somewhere, well, that's fantastic. But does it impact negatively on people that already live in there? And that's the quality of life issue.
Hoover is benefiting from a boom in sports tourism, hosting the SEC baseball tournament and Regions golf tournament at Greystone. Dursis says he'll work with council to pursue and hopefully attract more of these types of events.
No question. When we look at the Metropolitan Stadium here, we've spent millions of dollars upgrading. We know that we need to have more events out there, anything from concerts to attracting other athletic events.
The city even launching a new initiative called Southern Hospitality Hoover Style. The goal is to hone the warm, well-mannered customer service the South is known for.
We just know that Southern hospitality is something that our city is very proud of, and that we wanted to make sure that we continue to develop individuals that are in our hospitality industry. And it was great. We had the first meeting back a few weeks ago. We had several people from restaurants, several people from the different hotels, and heard from some experts in the field. It was really, I thought, an eye-opening experience for everybody that attended.
Besides the hospitality initiative, Dursis wants the city to hold more town halls to get more input from residents. He also champions an educational advisory committee, which is already meeting.
We have almost 15,000 kids in our school system, so we want to make sure that we've got people in the community that have invested their time and energy in our system, and now that they've kind of stepped away from it, that they can continue to help advise me and the city council members of what's taking place in our system.
Dursis is just getting started as mayor, but his relationship with the people of Hoover has stood the test of time. And like the city of Hoover itself, it continues to evolve.
I've been in the community for a long time. I think I know the community well. I know a lot of good friends. I've made a lot of good friends over the past several months. So that's one thing that I would always look back on and say that I'm glad that I ran and glad everything worked out the way it did.
Well, just yesterday, the city of Hoover unanimously passed its operating budget for the next year, and full details of that budget can be found right now on our WVTM 13 website.